Hi guys, you are welcome to our YouTube channel. My name is Rita Amanyire and I am a safari specialist at 56 Africa Tours. And basically what 56 Africa Tours does is that it organizes safaris and cultural experiences to Uganda, Rwanda, Kenya and Tanzania. So we usually do these videos to share a bit about the destinations and what you can do when you visit these countries. And in today's video, I'm mainly going to be talking about things that you can do in Lake Mburo National Park. So Lake Mburo National Park is one of the national parks that we have here in Uganda. It's the smallest savanna national park in Uganda and usually runs safaris to Lake Mburo. So the safaris can range from a 3-day safari to a 2-day safari, and it's the I usually recommend this national park for visitors who are, let's say, visiting Kampala and have a few days to spare for safari. Maybe you've come for a meeting or a workshop, or you're volunteering somewhere and you're looking for a short trip that can help you experience Uganda for just a few days. You probably don't want to do the circuit safari or do not have enough time to do maybe 15 days or 18 days in Uganda. So because it's near to Kampala, it's the nearest from Kampala, one of the nearest national parks, because it's about 4 hours away. A lot of the national parks in Uganda, you have to drive out. If you're doing Bwindi gorilla trekking, it's about 9 hours away from Kampala. But Lake Mburo is near and can work for a 3-day or 2-day tour. So the things that you can do in Lake Mburo National Park, as I said, it's the smallest savanna national park in Uganda, but it offers excellent game viewing. And the reason why there is excellent game viewing in Lake Mburo National Park is because it has a number of water holes in the parks, and it's also one of the national parks where you can do a nature walking safari. So one of the things that you can do when you visit, and one of the activities that we really recommend when you visit this national park, is the walking safari. So the walking safari is a guided nature walk safari. So you get a ranger guide. When you travel with us, we'll get you a ranger guide. So the activity involves going with a ranger guide and walking through the national park and viewing the wildlife at a respectful and safe distance. So it's a guided nature walk. You go out into the national park with your ranger guide. These ranger guides are trained by the Uganda Wildlife Authority, so they give you instructions that you have to follow while on the nature walk. So it gives you an opportunity to look out for wildlife like the giraffes, the elands, the warthogs, the zebras, and other wildlife that lives in Lake Mburo National Park. So the other activity that you can do while here is the game drives. So the game drives is that with game drives, you are in a safari car, of course. So you go with your driver guide and you look out for wildlife in the park. Of course, one of the things that you have to remember when you go on these game drives is that this is nature and you cannot predetermine nature. So you look out for the wildlife with the help of your driver guide. So basically the difference between the game drive and the nature walk is with the nature walk, it brings you closer and it gives you an experience of walking through the national park with your ranger guide. And the game drive in the car is that you're seated and now you're driving around Lake Mburo looking out for wildlife in the park. So the third activity that you can do, or the third thing that you can do when you visit Lake Mburo National Park, is a boat ride, or what they call a boat safari on Lake Mburo. So the Lake Mburo that is located inside the national park, and there is a fishing zone because, of course, Uganda Wildlife Authority, one of the things that they do is they work together with the community. So there is a zone on Lake Mburo that is the fishing zone, and then there is the tourism zone. So the tourism zone on the lake is where you do the boat ride in Lake Mburo. And here, of course, you look out for water birds like the African fish eagle that likes coming on the banks of the river. You look out for wildlife on the river, and you look out for hippos. So it's also a guided boat safari that gives you an opportunity to look out for wildlife that loves to come and, you know, is in the water, the hippos, and you look out for like the African fish eagle. Usually it's on the banks, and it's also a very good place for birders to have an opportunity to look out for water birds. So the other activity that you can do while visiting in Lake Mburo is bird watching. So Lake Mburo is one of the best birding sites that we have here in Uganda. So most times, of course, birding safaris are usually long. So you find it's one of the places that would recommend you stop, because it gives you an opportunity to look out for water birds, and also gives you an opportunity to look out for savanna species. So you look out for birds like the African fish eagle, you look out for the African green pigeon and other savanna species birds while you're here. So Lake Mburo, about 315 species of birds have been recorded here at Lake Mburo National Park. So it is an enriching destination for birding while you visit Uganda. So we usually do these videos to just give you an idea and share travel stories and travel videos. That's why we have our YouTube channel where we share different things about Uganda, about Rwanda, so that you can have an idea if you're planning a safari. And if you're ever looking to visit Uganda or Rwanda, please, you can send us an email. I will leave the details just below the screen here, where you can reach out to us, and one of our safari specialists will be in touch with all the inquiries and answer all the questions that you might have about a safari in Uganda or Rwanda and East Africa in general. So that was it for today's travel video. You can subscribe to the channel for more travel videos like these. We'll be sharing here throughout. We always update if we have done game drives or safaris. We'll share some of the things that we've seen while here, so you can check out those videos as well. And we hope that you'll visit Lake Mburo National Park, and we hope that you'll visit East Africa, and we look forward to any inquiries or questions or that you might have about these destinations. So thank you so much for watching this video. Do not forget to subscribe to the channel for more videos like this, and we will see you in our next video. Bye.